Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Gretchen's Vegan Bakery. Today I am so thrilled to finally show you how to make this veganized version of the classic hazelnut sponge cake. First of all, I have to say that vegan cakes are typically so naturally moist, which, don't get me wrong, is such a great thing, but as you may know, when it comes to the classic hazelnut sponge cake, we are looking for a slightly more dry style cake. And I don't mean dry as in bad dry, so it's kind of hard to explain this, but if you have ever tried a classic hazelnut sponge cake, you know what I mean. You are going to love this cake recipe because I totally nailed it. It is filled with chocolate truffle ganache, a cinnamon hazelnut buttercream, and I've made some really easy truffles for decoration to go on top. So let's get right to it. And for the cake batter, you will need vegan butter and sugar, flour and hazelnut flour, and I'm using Bob's Red Mill hazelnut flour here. You also need baking powder. I always use cinnamon in my hazelnut cakes, but this is optional. Salt and egg replacer. I've also got my plant milk, and I'm using soy milk here, but you can use any one that you love the best. It would totally work. Apple cider vinegar, and then some vanilla extract. Now I'm sifting together all of my dry ingredients, including the egg replacer, and since I basically use the plant-based egg by Freely Vegan for almost all my baking now, there is no need to reconstitute that egg replacer. Now in my mixer bowl, I am creaming the vegan butter with the sugar until it's light and fluffy, and this is going to take about 5 minutes. Now you can add about 1/4 cup of the liquids before I start the alternating creaming method, which is nothing more than adding in the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients in an alternating fashion. Starting with the dry ingredients, then half of the remaining liquids, another addition of the dry, and there's really no need to mix this thoroughly between additions. You're just going to kind of mix it until it's incorporated. The rest of the liquids go in, and then the last of the remaining dry ingredients. Give it a good spin for about 10 seconds on high speed, and then portion the batter evenly into your greased and parchment-lined cake pans. As you probably already know, I almost always use 7-inch cake pans nowadays, but if you only have 8-inch pans, that's totally fine. You're just going to divide the batter between 2 8-inch pans instead of the 3 layers like I'm getting here. Bake them in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for just about 30 to 35 minutes, or until they are springy to the touch when you gently press the centers. Now to make the ganache, and this is going to be the filling as well, so you do need a really large recipe of ganache. Thankfully, a Trader Joe's opened up near me last weekend, so I scored big with these giant chocolate bars. This is a giant 1-pounder, and, well, I couldn't help myself from eating 1/4 of it already. You guys, chocolate is my ultimate weakness, and let me tell you, this chocolate is amazing. So while my cakes are cooling, I do have to go buy more chocolate since you do need a whole pound for this recipe. Good thing I went back to Trader Joe's when I did, because these were the last 4 bars. I got all 4 thanks to my patrons in Patreon and my pals in PayPal, who so generously helped me to buy all the ingredients for these recipes. If you think you can help for as little as $1 a month, click the links below to find out how. Alright, so now that my cakes are cooling, I've made my ganache just simply by putting together the chopped up chocolate with plant milk and stirring it constantly over a medium heat until it's all just melted and smooth. And now you can make your cinnamon hazelnut buttercream. Now I do have 5 different recipes for buttercream to choose from on my blog, so you can definitely pick your favorite. And then at the last stage of mixing, you're going to add cinnamon, hazelnut flour, and then some of that cooled melted ganache for a very light chocolate buttercream. The hazelnut flour will, of course, make your buttercream not smooth anymore, but I gotta tell you, I didn't hate that. The hazelnut flavor came through really nicely, and I'll be honest, the added texture was a nice touch in my opinion. Alright, now for the best part, the building and decorating of this cake. My ganache is set to room temperature, so it's nice and thick and creamy. Actually, it was a bit too thick as it was really cold in my kitchen today, so I had a hard time spreading it because it was super cold. Now, I do have to say the only regret that I have about this cake is that I didn't use a simple soaking syrup. It was a total afterthought since I'm so used to not using simple syrup with vegan cakes because, like I said, they're already so darn moist. But this cake, as I explained in the beginning, is perfectly in the style of European Genoise, so a nice soaking of hazelnut liqueur infused simple syrup would have been freaking amazing. It's okay though, I'll definitely be making this again very soon with that addition of syrup. Alright, so just layer it up, and then the icing, a hefty covering of this chocolate cinnamon hazelnut buttercream, and of course, no cake is complete in 2019 without that ganache drip. Now, I did make sure to have some extra ganache left over so I could scoop some truffles for decor. These are seriously the easiest truffles you will ever make because you don't have to dip them in chocolate. I simply rolled half of them into the hazelnut flour, and then I left the other half naked. I really love the look of this finished cake, and let me tell you, the taste, oh my god, the taste is beyond my wildest expectations. I know you are going to love this recipe, so head over to gretchensveganbakery.com to grab it. And thanks to everyone for watching my video. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you subscribe here to my channel for more of the best vegan desserts ever. And stay tuned for more in what is becoming my classic bakery cake series. I have already shown you how to make the best vegan vanilla cake, the best chocolate fudge cake, and of course my carrot cake with cream cheese icing is unmatched. Let's not forget the recent no-dye red velvet cake, and so this hazelnut sponge cake makes number 5 on the list of classic bakery cakes veganized. Alright everyone, thank you so much for your awesome support, for sharing, liking, and commenting on my videos. And again, a special thanks to my patrons in Patreon and my PayPal pals for making all of this possible. Without you guys, Gretchen's Vegan Bakery would be long gone. Alright everybody, see you again really soon, but until then, happy vegan baking. Bye for now.